My wife says hello to everyone. Alright, Bobby's here. Give me 1 second. My auto mod said that there's an asshole. We're denying the asshole. Alright, Bobby Vita's here. Give me 1 second. I need to make my wife some coffee and some juice. That's the way she is happy, and then we will start our lore. Yay, lore! I'm super excited for this, guys. I kind of felt bad that lore day didn't go very well yesterday, but also, you know, things happen for a reason sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Sometimes that reason is you're fucking stupid. Other times it's because the universe is trying to tell you a thing. But I excited. Because it really feels like we're closing a chapter in my Genshin Impact journey. We're getting to all of the stuff that I haven't seen yet. And I'm just super excited. So please forgive me for being somewhat, what's the word? All over the place, I guess? Yeah, forgive me for being somewhat all over the place. That is my wife's credit card that just fell. I need to pick that up. Alright, I am finally here. Give me a moment to write down my tracking. Bobby says, offerings to the lady. Yes, she's the best. Alright, my tracking is 144. Alright, lore time! Lore time! Time for the lore! Okay, so, we're starting in Mondstadt because that's where we started. Here's what I remember of Mondstadt. We got to Mondstadt, we met Dvalin, who everyone was calling Storm Terror. We saw Venti, trying his best to fix Dvalin before we scared him off. It's actually kind of funny because I have a friend that I talk to who is not a big fan of Venti because he's an alcoholic, and I'm sitting here like, okay, but Venti is so far out of all of the Archons that I've met, Venti is the only one who cares about his people. Like, in the story. I'm not necessarily talking about lore. I'm talking just about the story they show you. Venti shows up, he actually tries to do stuff on his own, and then gets you to do stuff when he can't. He's also the only Archon who's, like, letting his nation do what they want, but he's there to help them. Like, this whole Storm Terror thing comes up, and he's right there in the center of all of it trying to help. And my friend's all like, he's just a lazy drunk, and I'm like, how is he lazy? Drunk? Sure, whatever. But, like, you'd be drunk too if you've lived that long and lost that many people. But, like, at the end of the day, he's, like, really helping his people. Like, compared to Rex Lapis, who created an entire fucking issue with his people just so he can peace the fuck out, and Raiden Shogun, who literally was torturing her people because lol, I guess. Venti's just out here going, do what you want to do, but if you need help, I'm right here. Like, that is a good Archon. Venti will be my favorite Archon of all time. Period. 100%. Anyway, so we met Kaya, we met Jean, sorry. We met Amber. We went to the temples to try to fix the ley lines in the temples with Lisa and all of them, and Diluc, of course. Diluc and Kaya have a really crazy relationship. I was actually telling Neptune the other day that I was like doing research into Genshin Impact and into the controversy of Diluc Kaya. And now that I've actually read up about a lot of this stuff, first and foremost, let me make the blanket statement of I believe that people should be able to ship whoever they want, as long as it's not like illegally creepy. Like shipping, you know, a grown character with a kid character. I'm a little apprehensive with people shipping kid characters together, but like, as long as you're not being gross about it, I don't care. So that's my blanket statement that I want to do before we get into this conversation. But a lot of the things that I've researched suggest that Hoyo did this on purpose. Hoyo in the Chinese version was using sworn brothers with the gay connotation from China. Like, you don't get to do that and then turn around and go, oh, what? We never, what? What? Shipping them? What? No. Like, that was either meant to create controversy to stir up the pot, or it was done in a specific way to gay bait. And then people got mad that the gays were here being baited, you know, into this game world. So my opinion on Kaya Diluc is ship it if you like it. I'm a little iffy on the ship just because it's what royals do, and I don't like the royals and what they do. So that's my opinion on it. Before I played Genshin Impact, I read and looked at a lot of fan art between Diluc and Kaya before I ever knew who they were. Getting the context makes the fan art and the fan fictions both better and worse. And I don't know, I just, I feel, and this is my own opinion, but I feel that miHoYo did that on purpose. That they wanted some sort of gay controversy to stir the pot on purpose. That's just my feeling, that's just my opinion. Obviously, everyone is for their own opinions. But getting back to the lore, we met the Fatui for the first time, and the Fatui were like, kill Dvalin. Kill Dvalin, kill Dvalin, kill Dvalin. That was the only thing that they cared about, which is terrorism, because Dvalin is one of the last four winds and protectors of Mondstadt. So they literally wanted Mondstadt to kill one of its guardians. And that is crazy. We end up finding out that the Abyss is the one more or less poisoning Dvalin's mind, making it 3 poisons that Dvalin had to deal with. The poison of the fight with the other black dragon, which was a literal poison of blood. The poison of loneliness, because Mondstadt had forgotten about Dvalin and forgotten who he was, which that's just sad. That makes me so sad on so many levels. Like, could you imagine being an immortal dragon set to take care of a nation, and that nation wants to kill you? Like, that's crazy. That's just crazy. Alright, and then the third poison was the Abyss telling Dvalin lie after lie after lie after lie after lie to get Dvalin to do what they wanted. We stole the Holy Lyre of Hemdel, probably not pronouncing that right, which is still one of my favorite heists that I've ever done in any game, just because it's funny. It's funny. The lyre did not work, even though Venti tried. The lyre got busted to fucking back because the Abyss sucks. Then we had to go... Then we had to go and do... For lack of better words, right? We had to go and fight Dvalin to try to get him to understand that we're not trying. We had to fight him to get him to understand that we're trying to do the best for him, which sounds crazy when I say it out loud. Like, absolutely sounds crazy. But as we fought Dvalin, we got to trial test Venti, which, yay, super happy about that.
Your passion for treasure hunting is turning these chests into an endangered species.
Oh, this is not the right thing. I should have not done that. I'm gonna drown, guys. And then, for lack of better wording, you know, we all fell. Really, really... Fuck. We fell like that. We fell like that.
The sun is an eternal flame, and the people of Natlan never shy away from meeting its gaze head on. Of course, sunglasses are always an option if it gets too intense.
That was a little interruption. We fell into what looked like a domain, and Dvalin saved us. And then he said to Venti, "Why didn't you order me to save you?" And Venti was all like, you know, what is freedom when demanded by a god? And that phrase still fucks me up to today. Because, like, Venti's right. What is freedom when demanded by a god? Like,
if I run,
we talk about how Venti left his people alone to do whatever they wanted.
Better find somewhere
but that's still kind of like doing what the god wanted, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it... I don't know. What is freedom when demanded by a god? That phrase has messed me up for a while. Oh, and I don't even have a key? I came all the way over here for nothing. Damn it. Yeah. And we kind of ended with Venti getting his Genos stolen, maybe, kind of, sort of? I side with the people who say that Venti totally tricked Senora. There is no way that we literally watched Venti make a fake harp of Hemendel, right? Literally minutes before Senora rips out his Genos. And it has this swirly little energy thing. Just like the harp has. And so far, I haven't seen the Raiden Shogun's Genos, because that was given to someone, that was given to the Futubi off screen. But we did get to see, excuse me, Zhongli's Genos. And that was not swirling with any type of energy. It was barely even glowing with geo energy. And on one hand, that might just be the different Genoses have different, like, vibes, looks, etc. But on the other hand, again, to me, it seems way too similar to the fake harp of Hemendel. So that's what I have on Mondstadt. Bobby, do you have anything you want to add, talk about, maybe say, ask my opinions on, ask your opinions on? Like, my biggest thing that I want to ask all my viewers eventually is, what do you think of freedom demanded by a god? Like, that's, yeah, well, what is your opinion on that? Alright, so Bobby says, so far only a little around things. The whole Mondstadt leg of the story is just a prelogue, not the full part of our conquest. For years, people have been theorizing that we'll return towards the end of the game. That would make sense. Because you're right, that does feel more like a prelude, a prologue, if you will, of stuff, rather than, like, a whole ass quest. Because, like, Zhongli's was a whole ass quest. Raiden was a whole ass quest. I'm getting ready to do Maru, which I'm assuming is a whole ass quest. But, Venti's kind of just seemed like, yeah, just a half a quest. Just a bit of a quest. Just a little jaunt. Bobby says, Sumeru, op, 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 op. I fucking love that emoji. It's one of my favorite emojis. Alright, is that all we want to say about Mondstadt? Is that all of our thoughts and feelings about Oh, Bobby, you didn't answer me. A question for you, Bobby Vita, is what are your thoughts on the phrase, what is freedom when demanded by a god? You know, the phrase that has me completely fucked up mentally. Just absolutely fucked. I don't know if Bobby is typing or not, so I'm just gonna wait a moment. I wish Twitch was like Discord, where it would say like someone's typing or this username is typing. That way I would know whether or not to go forward. Oh, yep, see? Here it is. Bobby Vita says, if it is ordered, then it isn't freedom. A compromise would be allowing the people to do as they please within the Fervonius laws, but still seek guidance from their archon or church by proxy. Yeah? That's actually a good compromise. And definitely a better thought than what I was thinking. Because, like, oof, man. Oof. That one phrase really did do my head in. Alright, and if that is that, are we ready to head to Liwa? And do our next leg of recap? I think we are. I don't know if we have anything else to say about Mondstadt. As Bobby Vita said, it's the Mondstadt story really is just small compared to everyone else's story. Small and short. Kind of like Venti. I do hope that we get to come back to Mondstadt and have a whole ass, maybe if I were to get my way, right? If MiHoYo was to ask me, I would actually want to see Mondstadt at war. I would want to see the Fatui attacking Mondstadt to try to get back at Venti to get his actual real Genos. That's my thought. Is that the Teresa gets the Genos finally and realizes, oh fuck, this is fake. I need to go get the real one for whatever the hell she's planning. That's my thought. But I think we're ready to go to Liwa and do a recap there. What is a good place to sit in Liwa? Should we do the Wangshu Inn, or should we do Liwa itself? So the one shoe in, because it's not Liwa for sure, but like, it's still a beautiful place to perch. And look towards Liwa, if that makes sense. You can't really look towards Liwa because it's kind of far out there. See how far up I can get. Down. Oh, looks far enough. Far enough up. Nah, actually, I think I do want to do it at Liwa's harbor. Liway's harbor. I think, specifically, I want to go to, yep, that gate. During the Lantern Festival, I learned how to get up to the port gate, which was super fun, but I don't think it's worth the trials and tribulations of doing that for a bit here. I wish you could just sit randomly. You didn't have to go find places to sit. Alright. Liwa! Liwei! Lihu! Lihao! Oh, big stretch. This to me was the longest of all of the Archon quests I've had to do. Mainly because of the damn fetch quest that we had to do. That was super, super, super freaking long. But we got here to do the Rite of Dissension, is what it's called. Which is where Rex Lapis comes down and talks to his people about his predictions for the next year.
Having a favorite animal or vegetable
eats and then probably fucks off. We don't know because when we went there, Lex Lapis fell from the sky dead. Dead AF. And everyone was in an uproar and a tizzy, and we once again became... I shouldn't say once again. We became suspects in the crime. And while we were running away from that, we met Child, who I still laugh at his name because, haha, what a child is. And Child, we're gonna big quotes, helped us out a lot, especially when dealing with Zhongli's inability to have a single Mora on him.
Forward with blind ambition.
Zhongli is a funeral parlor consultant, and he sent us on the longest quest ever, which was a fetch quest for the Rite of Passing, which was this huge rite that everyone that they do when an Adepti or I guess a god passes. And Zhongli came with us sometimes, and every time he came with us, he was short Mora. And by short, I mean he had none with him at all, ever. And Child became Sugar Daddy. Child, I assume, still pays for a lot of Zhongli's stuff because
someone told you the masters
I ship them so hard it hurts. That's why. Zhongli and Child, top tier.
I thought I was the only
Some
one.
of the fanfiction and fan art that I had read and seen was a lot about Zhongli. Sometimes a Child, but my favorite was the stuff with Zhongli and Venti. Because even before I knew the story, the pictures and the fan art and the writing was just so freaking good. It made me want to play the game to get more of the context. Anyway, going past that, Child works at a bank called the Northland Bank. And we did a lot for the Rite of Passing. A lot. Then we met Kuching, who does not have any faith in the gods or Adepti, which, good. It was nice to meet someone in this world who is not wrapped up completely in the God's graces. Good morning, wife. I'm doing a recap for lore since I wasn't able to do that Friday because my stream crashed so hard. You okay? The public kinda started panicking, and there were rumors that the Queensay, the people who run Liyue, maybe killed Kingsay, probably killed Rex Lapis to get ahead, and we had to go figure some stuff out. Some of that stuff led us to realize that Child is a Fatui, and the Fatui are bad no matter what. No matter what. So we had to go fight Child at the Golden House, and where he threw whales at me. I don't know how to explain to you guys that I will never forgive Child and never like Child because he threw narwhals at my face. And I will never forget that motherfucker for throwing whales at my face. The Fatui could have all of the reasons for doing what they did, and I could be all sympathetic to the Teresa, but I will never be sympathetic to fucking Child. Fuck Child. He threw whales at my face. I hope he goes to jail. What? I do. Fuck Child. Anyway, we fought Child in 3 phases. And in the first phase, he threw whales at me. In the second phase was a delusion phase, which I have come to learn from Inazuma is a vision-esque technology. Oh. Bobby says he doesn't work at the Northland Bank, but as a diplomat and harbinger, he has lots of money at his disposal. Oh. Okay. Well, I thought he worked at the Northland Bank because we were always meeting him there. So, my bad.
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos? Who else is there? I thought I was the only one.
Gotcha. So, it's basically a Fatui safe house, says Bobby. Yeah, agreed. I mistook that for him working there, but you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Punk says the owner of Northland Bank is also a harbinger, so shrug. Also, hi Punk, we're doing a recap since I wasn't able to do lore recap on Friday. Anywho, we find out that Rex Lapis doesn't have a Genos inside of the dragon body,
favorite animal or
and Child gets really, really upset.
What kind of people we want to become.
In my headcanon, when Child and Ether, the Traveler, have their little talk about what happens next, in my headcanon, they are smoking after that fight. They're like sitting on the sidelines smoking because that fight was insane. So that's just my headcanon. So while they were smoking, Child's all like, well, this sucks, and now I'm going to have to do plan B. And we're all like, what's plan B? And he's like, the weak are going to be swept up in this, and that's sad. And I'm like, you genocidal asshole. And then Child brings forth the Vortex God of Vortex, this Hydra from the deep seas. And we're like, God damn it, Child. You fuck. You absolute fuck. So then we have to go with Ning Wang and everyone else and all of the Oh, I forgot to say that we went and we went to the Adapti. We met the Adapti, and they were like, "We're gonna wipe out Liyue for killing our god." And Ether's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Calm your tits down just a little bit." So then they were like, "Oh, we'll go see the problem and figure it out from there." But then the goddamn Vortex God is attacking, and the Qingsei from Liyue and the Adapti from the land of Liyue come together to fight back with huge ballistas. Huge ballistas. in where Child decides that he's not done fucking with us and sends more Fatui fuckfaces towards us because he can't just not. Never forgive Child is what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, we drop the Jade Chamber onto the Vortex's face. Just megatons of an explosion happen. Small mini nuke goes off. The Vortex God is not necessarily defeated, I guess. He is hurt so bad that he has to go fuck off and heal. Which is a victory. We consider this a victory. Ning Wang basically says, hey, I had a dream that Rex Lapis was staring at my face and I wanted to say all of these things and I couldn't because the god was right there. And I feel that. And then we're like, we should probably go check in on Zhongli.
The shrouded path is not meant to be walked.
And we find out that Zhongli is at the northern brink. And then we go there, and him and Senora are having a discussion with Child, who is absolutely upset. Child is acting like a child. Go figure! And where Zhongli basically tells us that he's handing over his Genos to the Fatui because he's tired. And I have never hated and loved a character so much in my life. Ever. Because his reasoning is sound, and that makes me love him. Because that's an actual god character right there. Someone who, after 6,500 years, is just like, yeah, I'm tired. It's time for a break for me. I want to do something else. I want to be someone else. I want to do more. And I hate him because that's the Fatui. You literally... Yeah, give it to Ning Wang. Give it to someone. You literally cast the Fatui as the bad guys in your play, and now you're giving the Fatui
Someone
your
told you
Genos.
the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe
What
of
sense does that
weirdos?
make?
Who else is there?
Genos, says
thought I
Punk.
was
Yeah,
the
I know.
only
I
one.
don't necessarily pronounce that right, but oh yeah, Gnosis. Fine, Gnosis. Anyway, and oh, yes, okay, yes, that meme is good. You're not wrong. Anyway, so Zhongli takes us out to have tea, and where he actually has money for once, which is well, I don't know if he has money or not. It does not necessarily say that he pays for us, but someone pays. And in that tea party, he basically tells us about Inazuma, and how Inazuma is a closed-off country that has a vision hunt decree going. And we're all like, oh, that's not the fun. And that's
animal
Liwa.
or vegetable or fruit can help
While
us
I was playing
recognize
through
what
Liwa,
kind of people
we
want to
also
become.
had the Lantern Rite, which is not part of the story, but I really like the Lantern Rite. I'm sad that my first Lantern Rite was now when there wasn't as much voice acting as there could have been. That made me sad. So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts, theories, anything you want to add to my recap? Anything you want to say about the tired, moralist god Zhongli, who's absolutely broke? And yet the god of money, yes. Oh yeah, that's my favorite part of this, is when Paimon was all like, but surely you have a small savings for emergencies, right?
Someone
Just set
told you
aside
the
for yourself.
Masters
And
of
he's
the
like,
Night Wind is a
that
tribe
is
of
such a good
weirdos."
idea.
Who
Practical.
else is there? I thought I was the
Too
only
bad
one.
I didn't think of it before. Like, you son of a bitch. You absolutely have no idea what you're doing, good sir. You moralist motherfucker. Anything you guys want to add? Punk says, Zhang deserves a break in my opinion. Yeah, I don't disagree. 6,500 years of working as hard as Zhongli works, and making an entire, port city of commerce. He deserves a break. I 100% agree. I don't agree with who he gave his gnosis to, but I agree that he absolutely needs a break and deserves a break. Anything else we want to say about Liwa? Anything from you, Bobby? Did I capture it well enough for everyone? Bobby, Vita, my wife would like to tell you that yes, you can get an alchemy table for the teapot. She thanks you for letting her know, she thanks you for trying to help her out with that as much as you tried. Bobby Vita says, whoop whoop. My wife doesn't like going into cities for the alchemy, so she's really happy to not have that. Anyway, are we good to move on, guys, to Inazuma? In where I'm probably going to have an entire fucking fit? Are you considering the Chinyu Veil and Chasm later things? That's actually a really hard question. I am considering Chasm as after Inazuma, but I'm having a weird thing because the Chinyu Veil I actually did on my main account before I finished Liwa, and I was not paying attention to it, so I'm not sure where I should stream / show Chinja Veil, if at all in the stream, because I did not do it obviously on my stream account, but I'm not sure where that goes in the story. My wife says that technically it might fall, Qingyun Veil might fall on the way, since it's on the way to Fontaine, it might be better to maybe stream it on my streaming account when I actually start to go to Fontaine after Sumeru. Do you guys have an opinion on when I should do the Chongse Veil? Yes, you start that by walking into it, yes. Because if you guys want to see the Chongyun Veil, I definitely want to stream it. It's just I'd have to stream it on my streaming account, which is not bad by any means. It's definitely not a bad thing. But I only wanted to know if you guys actually cared about that, you know? I don't want to do a whole bunch of side stuff that doesn't necessarily matter until it matters, you know what I mean? Aside from running into Charlotte, I'd say that Chongyu Veil is pretty flexible. Okay, then we will probably do that on our way to Fontaine, just because it would be a bit easier to deal with, I think. Stream-wise, it would be a bit easier to deal with it that way. That's just my thought and opinion on it. Since I am kinda sorta already
Someone told
past
you the Masters of the Night Wind is
the
a tribe of weirdos?
leg of our trip.
Who else is there? I thought I was the only one.
I think that there will be some of it missing in my stream, just because I think even on my streaming account I started it and then went nope. Anything else you guys want to talk about, say, do before we leave Liwa to do our Inazuma recap? Any questions, thoughts, anything you want my opinion on?
Sometimes a shrouded path is not meant to be walked.
Anything
Move
like
forward
that?
With blind ambition, and the smoke might suffocate you.
Wait a moment, that way people have time to type. And I have time to roll a smoky smoke. Smoky snack! Maybe. I will let you know, but that's definitely a possibility because I don't want to get too distracted. Smoky snack, smoky snack, smoky, smoky, smoky snack. Oh.
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos? Who else is there?
I'm definitely gonna need the smoky snack because Inazuma... The Inazuma leg of the story pisses me the literal fuck off. So let me get all situated. Make sure that there's nothing else you guys want to talk about before... before we go to Inazuma and find a spot to do a recap there. Oh, Punk said, I always assumed that Madame Ping was the first to realize that Rax Lepus wasn't dead, and quietly helped convince the other Adepti not to flatten Leeway. Yeah, I could see that. Madame Ping is definitely
animal or vegetable or fruit
wiser than she looks, which is saying something because she looks pretty fucking wise. We actually earlier in stream did the Yao Yao antidote, fucking the new event stuff where Madame Ping was training Yao Yao. Very cute. Loved it very much. One of my favorite antidotes. Anything else we want to say? Yeah, super cute, says Punk. I have my smoky snack. I'm gonna light it up. And if everyone is okay with it, we're gonna move on. What? What? Where? Nothing. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Sometimes a shrouded path is not meant to be walked. Move forward with blind ambition, and the smoke might suffocate.
Well, not that it helps me now. Alright. It seems like this part of our recap is done. So onward we go. Where's a good place to sit and have the Sakura tree? Okay, let's go. While we're there, we'll pick up our fortune too, since I haven't done that today. Oh, actually, before that, guys, I do need a few minutes. Just a few minutes. I am building Heizu, and if I don't actively remember to come here into this cave, I will forget. So every time I come here, I try to make sure to get into this cave to get... Yep. Beetles are a struggle. 100% I'm struggle bussing with the beetles. So every time I come, I have to go get beetles. Because he needs so many beetles. And he is one of the few DPSs I have and that I like. So... Can you still buy shell lanterns? I thought that that was only during the... Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that that was only during Lantern. Punk says, I built Heizu, so I understand. Thank you for your understanding. Alright, now we're going to the Sakura tree and getting our what's it called? Our fortune red. Fortune slip. Try our luck. Alright, let's go see what our fortune says today. Good fortune. A day wherein nothing especially noteworthy happens, and yet you cannot help but to feel happy. You will find that something you thought was long gone in the nooks and crannies. You will find something you thought was long gone in the nooks and crannies of you never noticed before. Food tastes fresher than usual, and the scenery ahead will appear brighter than ever. The world is full of new wonderful things. My lucky object for the day is warm bird eggs. Eggs brim with luminous potential. They are the seed of the future. By the same token, think what the world represents to life inside the egg. A place filled with the unknown, exciting things. Just make sure to treat the egg gently. Alright, so we'll pick up an egg later on. Alright. Here we are. The sacred sakura tree. To talk about Inazuma. I'm gonna take a breath. Because before we can start Inazuma, we have to say the little connecting things. We rebuilt the Jade Chamber, and where we met Shanhee, who was raised by Adaptus. Super strange girl looking for a home. I super understand that. I really liked her. We got the Jade Chamber up and floating again. Good. And then we had a mini tournament arc, and where we kicked the ass of not very good competitors.
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos?
Beto, who is a pirate.
Who else is there?
And that's where we met Kazuha, who is a poet, bard / swordsman. Put together this tournament in order to see if they could refresh a dead vision. And the answer was no, not yet. We kicked the ass of a thief, and then we got on our way to Inazuma. And where we met one of my favorite characters of the whole game so far, Toma. Our little house husband, Toma. I love Fixer Toma. He makes me happy. I like when characters are actually trying to help you through your quest. It makes it feel like you're not just a game character, but you're actively
a favorite animal
in a world living a story.
Help us recognize what kind of people we want to become. We got to feel what it's like to be a immigrant immigrating to a country like Japan or to a country like America or one of the other countries that has a lot of systematic issues, or as my wife says, bullshit, for an immigration. Thanks to Toma, we did not get ripped off, but we almost did. We met the Traders Guild, which is still kind of one of those weird things to me. Like, the Traders Guild is weird because, as far as I understand, they are stuck on this island with no way to get any more of their trade goods. So they are basically selling what they have in storehouses. But they have to compete with unfair taxes and a ridiculous amount of I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, bureaucracy is a good word for it. I was gonna say bullshit, but yeah, bureaucracy. It is bullshit. Yes. Synonyms for the same thing. We got through that, and we went to a place to get a travel letter, and where we ended up delivering a love letter between two lovers who are separated by status, which totally love that. We got to see the tea house. And if you can tell, I'm trying super hard to skirt around the Vision Hunt decree because, oh my god, that shit makes me so mad. Alright. And then we got to meet Ayaka. And Ayaka was all like, I understand you're here to meet the Shogun, but like, first, please go meet these people who have been affected by the Vision Hunt decree. And we do. And these people are hollowed out husks of themselves who are practically, if not dead on the inside, would be better off dead. One guy has no memory of why he stayed in this village for 30 years and is just ready to up and move. And he is the least affected by his vision being taken. And even that is like life-changing to him. We convince him to stay by reminding him that before some war, not sure if it's the Vision Hunt War or what, probably not, because it was like he was in this village for 30 years. But after some war, him and this gal agreed to meet at this village. Worst comes to worst. And so he stayed in this village and wrote in a notebook, which that notebook saves his ass, basically. Then we go and we meet a samurai who has no recollection of why he's protecting the people he's protecting.
Having a favorite animal.
It turns out with his own money, he was buying emergency supplies and food for starving people in Inazuma, in his particular prefecture. And that is sad and upsetting, and he cannot remember why he was doing that and why he felt so much, why he felt that way, basically. And then he had his vision taken away due to somewhat sounds like rank arguments. It sounds like he either asked too many questions or he slighted the wrong person as a higher up and he got his vision taken away. And they said that he got his vision taken away because he was lazy. But like, looking at his story, like he was literally helping his people. My wife reminds me that his higher up was one of the ones who was denying food and supplies into the town. So, you know, fuck that higher up. If I ever meet him, I'm gonna deck him in his fucking face. And then the last person that we go and meet is a swords master who has absolutely lost his fucking mind. And is literally knocking on death's door. Looks like he's about to throw himself off the cliffs.
Of the Night Wind is
it
a
is
tribe of
bad.
Weirdos?
It is bad, it is bad, it is bad.
Who else is there?
And it goes to show you
I
that
was the only one.
ambition has a downside. And the downside is when you lose that ambition, you then have to deal with all of the consequences of the choices you made while you were chasing your ambitions. And it's a very, very sad story. Yeah, the Vision Hunt decree makes me viscerally angry because it is a form of oppression. It is a horrible thing. It's something that I've had to deal with in my own life because I've had people tell me, well, why don't you just try not to be trans?
Sometimes the
well,
path
why don't you
is
just
not
try
meant
not to
walk.
be gay?
Move
As though
forward with
these are
blind ambition,
integral
and the
parts
smoke
of
might
myself
suffocate.
that if I were to carve out, I would become hollow. And this type of oppression is just not acceptable in my eyes whatsoever. Because although I may not understand exactly how visions are given or earned, I do understand that they are 100% a part of who you are. You, as a human being in Teyvat, have gained or earned a vision because of the person that you are. And that vision becomes a testament, something physical that attests to your inner personhood, your inner power. And having that taken away is equivalent to having your soul ripped from your body. And it is awful. I fucking hate the show. is riding Shogun. I'll get into more of the recap and then we can talk about this more, but yeah, no, So anyway, we go on, with Toma, we find out that all of the visions are being put into this creepy-ass oh, wait, hold on. Punk said, it's like a third tri-commission groups that do the day-to-day. Only Kamisato seemed concerned. Yes. I'll get to it, but if I remember correctly, 2 of the 3 commissions were actively working with the Fatui, which we'll get to that in a moment. So we go with Toma. Well, we don't go with Toma. Let me rephrase. Toma is captured, and his vision is about to be taken away. And I physically cannot even think what Toma would become if his vision was taken from him. Like, I cannot.
People we want to become.
So the Traveler fights the Shogun in front of the statue of the omnipresent god, which is super, super creepy. Every time I see it, I fucking get the creeps. The absolute chills. And we meet the real Shogun for the first time in her realm of Ethereum, and we are basically branded criminals again, much to no one's surprise. Technically, we were criminals the moment we set foot on Inazuma without permission, quote unquote, and we go to the Resistance, and where we meet Goro, we meet this fish girl who I cannot remember her name. Oh, thank you, Kokomi. We meet Kokomi in this really pretty place. I actually kind of want to show this place. I know everyone watching... Yeah, the Watsutami Island. Hold on. I really want to show everyone this place because it is beautiful. This... What is it, bitch? Oh, the pearls here? Yeah. This place is an amazing, game-designed, beautiful place. Like, look at this place. We have floating jellyfish as though it's Monster Hunter. We have a shell palace. Punk says, I personally found this place annoying. Place annoying? Did you? Okay. I just find it beautiful. My wife says it's beautiful until you have to find the pearls for Garu's upgrade material. And then it's annoying as piss. But like, this place is gorgeous just from a game design standpoint. Anyway, going back to the Sakura tree. So we start fighting in the Resistance, where we meet Goru, Kokomi, and Tepe. Oh, hold on. Punk says, bubbles that are constantly floating around in the background were exceptionally distracting for me when it came to spotting anything that actually mattered. Fair enough. Bobby Vita said, Watsumi Island is great until you have to climb the cliffs for chests, Sealy, and electrical particles. And it has the entrance to...
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos?
What is Mintland?
There? I thought I was the only one.
Okay, anyway. So we meet Tepe, we meet Kokomi, we meet Goru, and we start helping out the Resistance, which is the most fun that I've had in the Inazuma leg of our story, because it really feels like I get to go and help people fight against literal tyranny. Bobby Vita says, I assume you haven't opened it up then. I don't know what it is, so I probably haven't, no. If that's a world quest, I have not done any of the Inazuma world quests at all, because I'm lazy.
Having a favorite animal or
but that will probably be something that we will do eventually on stream.
People we want to become.
But yeah, fighting in the Resistance is the most fun I've had in Inazuma, let alone Punk says, big lord, that will be an interesting day. Oh, okay. It kind of makes me want to actually, like, pick a day soon to do it. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Bobby says, yep. Alright, I will pick a day to do some of the world quests before we get too far into Summer.
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos?
Where was I?
Who else is there?
Oh, right. We meet
I was the only
Tepe.
one.
And as we're doing stuff, Tepe gets a delusion from the Fatui, who is the quote-unquote mysterious benefactor of this war. And Tepe's life force gets absolutely fucking destroyed. And it's kind of hinted that he dies. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But it kind of... We have a whole scene where it kind of looks like he fucking dies. And we haven't seen him since. So... That's really upsetting. Because all Tepe wanted to do was fight for the resistance. Punk and my wife both said that Tepe is definitely gone. Punk says definitely croaked. My wife said his last message definitely makes him seem like he died. And that's fucking sad, and I'm mad about it because Tepe was a really good fighter. Even without his vision, he really was ambitious and tried his best to work for the resistance. And the Traveler and I aren't on the same page a lot in this game, but in that moment, we were on the exact same page. We went to go destroy the factory where delusions were being made on the island. And the Traveler was so fucking mad. We met the Balladeer, and he said a bunch of stuff that I half remember, which was basically, haha, you stupid fuckface. I can't believe you like humans, basically. And it's like, okay, well, go fuck yourself, dude.
I think your favorite animal,
like,
or vegetable fruit,
shut the fuck up. Humans are great.
Recognize what kind of people we want to become.
And then Yamiko came and saved our ass because our anger overwhelmed us. And I guess the delusion, whatever the delusion factory was doing and however delusions are made, there was this black smog that was feeding off of our anger, and it absolutely zapped us of all of our strength, which sucked so bad. But yeah, we woke up and Yamiko was like, hey, that wasn't so smart of you, was it? And we were like, probably not, but fuck that place. It's destroyed now. And Yamiko confirms that Kokomi sent the rest of her troops to basically wipe that place off of the face of the map, which good. F that place. Yamiko then helps us train for the fight with the Shogun and basically explains to us that we are no match for her. Which, fine, whatever. But that we have to get the omnipresent statue and we have to make the fight happen in front of the omnipresent statue. And we're like, fine, easily done, let's go. And then we go to the palace, and where fucking Senora is there being all like, and we're like, shut up, you dumb bitch. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up.
Someone told you the Masters of the
everything
Night
she
Wind
says
is
is
a
just
tribe of weirdos?
venom and denials, and she's a very good diplomat
there?
in that way, for
I thought I
sure.
was
She's
the only
well
one.
written, but also, I hate her face. Not just because she stole Venti's Gnosis, maybe, but because, like, she is so high up and mighty, her nose is so far stuck up in the air, like, oh... She reminds me of every rich bitch I've ever had to fucking deal with in my life. Oh, wait, yes, you're right, Punk. My bad. You're right. Before we get to that, I forgot about Kujo Sarah. My bad, Punk. Thank you for correcting me. Before we go to the palace, Yamiko more or less covertly sets up a meeting between me and Kujo Sarah. where Yamiko is basically like, Kujisera, you are the most loyal person to the Shogun I have ever seen. Tell me, are you the only person who's loyal? Or do you know what's going on? And Kujisera's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You better have proof that my commission is doing shady stuff.
The shrouded path is not meant to be walked.
Because as far as I'm concerned, you are cohorting with a war criminal, basically. Yes, says the woman with a vision. And Yamiko's all like, well, when they take your vision, what are you going to do? And she's like, I'm just going to let them take it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, if you were that loyal, you would have handed it over without a second thought, but whatever. Anyway, so Kujisera is like, give me evidence. And we're like, Yamiko, you have that evidence, don't you? And she's like, why wouldn't you go get the evidence for me?
Help us recognize
to which we're like, oh, yes, of course. I forgot that I was a video game character for a moment. So we go with the help of a sleepy ninja, who I cannot remember the name of. Oh, thank you, baby. Seiyu. My wife has Seiyu and builds her, so apparently I'm an asshole. With this help of a sleepy ninja named Seiyu, we go and we light fireworks over by the omnipresent god, which I wish would blow up the omnipresent statue, but whatever. Whatever. It's fine. It's cool.
Sometimes
it's fine.
The shrouded path is not meant to be walked. Move forward with blind ambition. And
Seiyu gets some papers. We all go meet at the tea house with Ayaka again. And where we are basically informed that the commission has been forging fake reports, basically, to the Shogun. Basically redacting anything going on with the Civil War. And Ayaka's all like, well, this is bad. Also, here's a letter from the Futui. Basically saying that they were in cahoots together. And that shipments are going well, and etc. And so we take this to Yamiko, who is talking with Kojo Sarah.
Someone told you the masters of the Night
and
Wind
we're
is a
like,
tribe
here,
of weirdos?
Sarah, the proof that you wanted. And she has a mini mental breakdown because her loyalty is probably how she got her vision, to be honest with you. Don't know that for sure, but that's my guess. And she has a little mini rampage and goes to her commission lead. And when she goes to the commission lead, the commission's like, I am basically still loyal to the Shogun. It's just we are using the Futui to make this country better. And Kujisera's like, but you are still technically betraying the Shogun, though. And that's not cool, bro. I trusted you. And the guy's all like, trusted me, I trusted you to be better. And then we have a big fight. Because fuck that guy. I'm trying to remember what happened after that. I think after that, Kujisera runs to the palace and we run after her, I think is specifically what happens. And then we get to the palace where all of the guards are passed out and Kujisera is passed out. Punk agrees, yes, that's where I am correct. This is where we are. And we are not happy with Senora. And the Raiden Shogun's like, hey, you are not allowed to punish the people of Inazuma. That is my job, not yours. You're on your first warning. And then Senora goes on this whole fantastical speech about how I, the traveler, don't know what I'm talking about, and how she hasn't done anything. Deny, deny, deny. And I should be thankful that I'm even in the palace in the first place. because I'm a war criminal and she's a diplomat, and why would anyone listen to what I have to say? And I, as the traveler, go, I fucking challenge you in front of the throne to a duel. Fuck you. Your face needs to be shut the fuck up. And then we have a fight in where she has two phases.
Someone told
one
you
of ice and one of fire.
The Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos?
And she, how to explain, she kind of kicks my ass. I mean, I win the fight, but, like, I was not doing well that fight at all. Bobby Vita had to tell me how some of the things worked, because I thought it was a bad idea to break the corner things, but apparently that's what you're supposed to be doing. Did not realize that. Was able to kick her ass, though, eventually. It was very, 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 very close. Punk says people get confused by the mechanics. I'm glad I'm not the only one, to tell you the truth. Yes. Yes, 100%. And they kind of do, but when you break them, they actually save your ass more. And I thought breaking them was a bad idea. It is not a bad idea. I did not understand the mechanics of that fight at all, but I won, and that's what matters. And then the Shogun is all like, I will let you leave here alive. And the thing that bothers me about that, so you walk out of Tensukaku, and, like, the pressure and anger of a god is upon you, right? And right as you exit, she comes to kill you. And Bobby Vita's like, well, she kept her word. And I'm like, no, she did the same thing that any evil character does, which is go by the word of the law, not the spirit of the law. And on top of that, she didn't go by the spirit of the actual duel itself. It is told to us, both by Kaizu, sorry. What's his name? Not Kaizu. Is it Kaizu? No. The wind bard. Kazuha, thank you. That's how you pronounce his name. It is explained by Kazu that the winner of the duel gets to go free and live, basically, in honor. And it's explained by someone else. I want to say by Ayaka, but I could be wrong. But it's explained by someone else that the winner of the duel not only has honor, but gets to leave with their life. So the Raiden Shogun is not just a tyrant, but she is also painted with every trope of being an evil person. Like, these are tropes that are used to show in storytelling a person who cannot be trusted with their words. A person who cannot be trusted to do the right thing at the end of the day. They are self-serving.
Sometimes the shrouded path
that is what that trope is used to show. And she is written with that trope. And, like, for me, she's just... Anyway, we're not there yet. I can go on that tirade after we get caught up. Hold on. Let me calm down. Let me take a breath. If you could not tell, I fucking hate Inazuma. Really well written. Really well written. Really well written. But in it being really well written, it triggers everything in me that has to fight to stay alive and survive in the country that I live in real life. So, give me a moment. Let me recollect myself. I'm going to take a drink of water. I'm going to take a smoke, and then we'll continue on with this story. With this recap. Alright. So the Raiden Shogun tries to kill me the moment I step outside of Tetsukaku.
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of
And as we
weirdos?
step out, the resistance is right there.
Who else
And so is
there?
Kazuha.
I thought I was the only one.
And everyone sees her coming out of her plane of Eutharium to cut me down. And Kazuha is all like, nah, bitch, not on my watch. And in a moment of miraculous storytelling, foreshadowing, I don't know exactly how you want to say it, but in threads coming together, Kazuha goes to defend me, and as he does, the empty vision that he has of his friend, who we learned challenged and died to the Raiden Shogun, comes back to life and helps him with 2 visions. He is able to parry the strike that would have killed me. Right? And in that moment, we are sucked up into the realm of Euthium, and where we try for the last time, first and last time maybe, to reason with the Shogun. To which we explain that the Vision Hunt decree is literally hurting her people. To which she laughs in our face, by the way, fuck this bitch. And so, like, I know what's going on, and it's just to my design. It's fine. And I'm like, you fuck off. Fuck straight off. I'm so happy I get to fight you. I'm so sad that I don't get to kill you, because you deserve death. You are a fucking tyrant. You are literally here being a hypocrite in your own little plane, cut off from all your people, and you're like, oh, it's to my design. You are like every other rich oligarch who sits there and watches people suffer, but as long as your life is okay, as long as you don't have any temptation in your life, as long as you're fucking...
Having a favorite animal, vegetable, fruit, can help us recognize what kind of people we want to become.
Okay, anyway. So she sits there and laughs at our face and basically says, oh, this is to my design. And this is how it's going to be, because this is how I define eternity. And I'm like, fuck this bitch. And the Traveler's like, I'm not here to debate your ideas. I'm here to destroy them. And we have another time where me and the Traveler are synced. We are together. We understand each other. The game is saying what I want to say. It is perfect. And then we get our asses kicked. Just absolutely fucking slaughtered. And then we're like, oh yeah, Yamiko gave us a little token thingy, and she told us to use it. We should probably use it right now, because we're getting our ass kicked in. Our teeth are kicked in. Right? Like the Shogun has absolutely shown that she is a god archon for a reason. And Yamiko comes, and the Shoguns are like, what? Yamiko, you're here? And Yamiko's like, you remember that I taught you how to do this technique, right? I literally taught you how to put your soul and other souls into objects, right? Like, should not surprise you at all. But okay. And then they have a small talk about how eternity should not be this way. And it's a very, like, short 3 sentences conversation. I don't even remember the actual conversation. It was so short. And Yamiko's like, did you expect to defeat her yourself? To me, to the Traveler. And she's all like, you have the aspirations of 100 people behind you, like 99 people behind you. It is time to use those ambitions. And we close our eyes and we have a slight schizophrenic attack, and people can tell me it's not, but like that's exactly what it feels like to have a schizophrenic attack, to just have so many voices in your head. You cannot pick out one, let alone your own. And then we glow with vision power, with like 99 visions encircling the plane of Euthium.
Fruit can help us recognize what kind of people we want to become.
That gives us infinite healing, which is what we need in order to kick her ass. And finally we kick her ass. And we shove our boot down her throat, because fuck that bitch. And Yamiko's like, hey, you've lost. And A's like, I guess I have. Boo-hoo. And then they have a conversation in where Yamiko basically says, I've missed you so long. Did you really have to cut yourself off from everyone in order to have eternity? As well as saying, does Inazuma even deserve, in the state that it is right now, which is suffering, starvation, uncertainty, and people having their like souls ripped from them, does this Inazuma deserve to last forever? To which the Shogun is all like, yeah, I should probably think on that, huh? I was so caught up on what eternity means to me, I didn't think about the people that were below me, and I don't like change. And then we get to know that like her twin died, and that like broke her because her twin was the one who was actually ruling. And so after all of the bloodshed that she had done and her twin dying, she's like, I gotta figure out some way to not let this affect me and affect eternity. Yeah, Draco. I'm literally right in the middle of my Inazuma recap on stream. No, that wasn't a go away. That was I'm telling you to connect with the fact that you're going to Inazuma.
By the protection of the electric
Uh-huh.
archon, may the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos?
Nice. Yeah.
Who else is there? I thought I was the only one.
Well, I hope that you like the Inazuma stuff. I have feelings on the Inazuma stuff. We can have a conversation on that after you finish the Inazuma stuff. That's so funny. Yep, Inazuma is literally about the fear of change. So, I'm gonna pause here for a moment and smoke. My friend is getting his lunch and he's at Inazuma right now and I don't want to spoil anything. Oh, so if you guys have thoughts, questions, anything you want to point out, anything that I missed, now is the time to talk about it while we have a few minutes to wait. Oh, if you would like to berate me for not liking Inazuma or the Shogun, that's fine. You can also do that in the comments, in the chat. I don't mind. But also, I hate the Raiden Shogun. She is a tyrant. And like, I understand some things happen to her that I'm not going to say out loud because I have my friend in the literally right across the room. But some things happened, and that's sad for her. But also, Venti lost everyone that he loved. He was part of 1,000 wins, and there are now 4. Alright? Rex Lapis, literally, if I remember correctly, he lost his wife, he lost all of his friends, he lost everything too, and had to live longer than everyone else. Like, alright, Punk says, everyone has a hard time with change. 100%. Everyone does have a hard time with change in their own ways. No one can just accept change at face value. I shouldn't say that. No one can accept change at face value all the time. You can be really good with change and still have a change that hurts you, or a change you cannot accept. Bless you. Do you need a tissue? Me and my wife watched Rocco, the Rocco special that they have, Rocco's Modern Life special that they have on Netflix, and that is also about how it's hard to deal with all of the change that has happened so very, very quickly. So does any Punk, Bobby, do you guys have anything you want to say about Inazuma before we get back to the recap?
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos? Who else is there? I thought I was the only one.
Alright. I mean, it's more or less put on the puppet. Sure, she says it's all going according to her plan, in the plane of whatever. I don't know. I don't blame the puppet, I blame the puppeteer. The puppet is just doing what it's supposed to be doing. My wife says you can't blame the AI, you gotta blame the programmer, which is actually a really good way of suggesting that, because we're told over and over that the puppet is, like, is programmed a specific
Sometimes
way.
the shrouded path
Punk says,
is not
though,
meant
it's
to be
largely the
walked.
puppet being
Move
a
forward
hard
with
ass
blind
in real
ambition,
life.
and the smoke
Yes,
might suffocate you.
unmovable because of its programming. It really does feel like an AI. Alright, give me a second. My roommate's back in the room again. He's waiting for the microwave to be a microwave. And then we can get back to it.
By the protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Someone told you the masters
It's
of
a
the
lot,
Night
though.
Wind is a tribe of
Inazuma is a
weirdos?
lot.
Hmm.
I have
Who
feelings
else
about
is
Inazuma.
there? I thought I was the only one.
By the protection of the Electro
So the Shogun has no,
of the sacred Sakura
like, nothing in the world. Like, when you get her as a character that you. Oh, wait, hold on. Punk says real Raiden was just meditating and didn't genuinely know the details, nor did she care, which I agree is a big problem. I mean, not according to her. According to her, she knows the details. And she's fine with what's going on. And she's pissed off that we interrupt her meditation for these trivial things, like her people's lives. Which is a huge problem.
of the Electro Archon.
I'm not sure if I believe that she doesn't or does know what was happening, to be honest. Because I don't believe Ai's words at all, to be honest with you. Have a good lunch. We're almost done with the recap, and then we can get into the nitty-gritties. Okay, where did I leave off? Oh right, we kicked Shogun's ass and
The blossoms of the sacred
repealed the decree. As far as I know, I've only played one
Having
of
a
the
favorite animal,
Shogun's
or vegetable
stories
fruit
so
can
far.
help us recognize
I know
what
that
kind
there's
of people
more.
we want to become.
I have not gotten through it all, but as far as I know, from this moment, she has not apologized. She's not given back the visions, even though when you go to the statue, the visions are gone. So that may, again, it may be in a later story.
See that he stays
Do they fly off? In the
by the protection of the Electro
Oh, okay.
Archon.
I did not know that.
Blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
But the statue may have given them back. Okay, I didn't notice the cutscene, or I haven't gotten the cutscene yet. But she still doesn't say sorry, which is just terrible. Anyway,
Narukami, please.
trying to remember how this ends. Like, that fight makes me so angry. I only remember up to the moment that we beat her.
Protection of the blossoms of the sacred Sakura
Fuck.
bloom eternally.
The fox lady. I was just saying her. Yai, thank you. Yai goes and talks to A, and they have like a long conversation after A teases her a bit, or Yai teases her a bit. Punk says this is the reason why the reason I feel this way is based on the Raiden story quests. That's fair. She accepts that what she did was wrong, but she says it's going to take time to reprogram the puppet.
Blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
I mean, she still needs to say sorry to her people. Like, that is the biggest thing I'm concerned about. Again, I've only played one of the what are these quests called? Yes, you did have to finish my. Yeah, so this one's available. So does she only have two? I think everyone only has two, right? Except for Venti, who gets fucked and only gets one. Is there? Okay. Well, still, justice for fucking Venti. So yeah, I have not gotten through all of the... Oops. Also, oops. I haven't gotten to the story quest, the second story quest, but I have watched through and done the first one, which I may go back and do that on stream. But unless the second one has a whole bunch of stuff.
Who else is
Go, Cat,
there?
go.
I thought I was the only one.
Raiden will still be a tyrant, and like, she's a tyrant regardless of what the story quests do. Like, she did what she did, and that was very harmful to her people. But I mean, I'm pretty sure Punk says, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's where the conquest kind of just ends with her being like, okay, Vision Hunt's over, everybody out now, I gotta work on this puppet. At least that's the impression I was left with. Yeah.
Sometimes the shrouded path is not meant to be walked. Move forward
of what
with
I
blind
know of this
ambition,
particular
and
character.
the smoke might suffocate you.
I do remember that we also go back to the tea house and talk with Ayaka. I just don't remember what we talked about, outside of maybe her just saying that she has a lot of work to get done, and Toma probably congratulating us and talking about Hot Pot probably. What? That boy does love Hot Pot. Oh yeah, but that's before we go fight Raiden Shogun, yeah. The Hot Pot contest is before that. Yes, where he needs to go lay down because he ate a bunch of weird shit. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. So I think that is the recap of Inazuma. Obviously, the writing I really like. The writing, if you were going to write a tyrant, they wrote the best tyrant that they could. Because Ai is still three-dimensional. She still has her reasoning on why she did it. She's not just, oh, I'm a bad asshole because I'm a bad asshole. I may not agree with the reasonings they chose.
Help us recognize what kind of people we want to become.
But I can respect that they chose them. But with all of that said, I, both as a traveler and as, like, the person do not like Raiden Shogun. I will probably never pull for her unless I get literally every single other Archon, and then it's like, I need her to literally complete the Archon set. But, yeah. What are your guys' thoughts, feelings? Bobby's been kind of quiet. Poke, Bobby.
Narukami, please.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? Anything I missed? Anything you want to point out?
Is not meant to be walked. Move forward with blind ambition.
What's your favorite part?
Might suffocate you.
What part didn't you like? You know? This is the time to talk about the Inazuma recap before we go to the chasm.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Now I just sit here quiet while everyone either types or kind of looks at their screen like derp. We are all derps.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Oh, we got... There's wild things about the balladeer and the furnace? There? Where? In Inazuma, in the chasm?
May the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Oof. No cat, no cat. Love you. It's a world quest thing in Inazuma. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely do world quests here soon. Catch up on that stuff, since it's a lot. Genshin Impact is a large game. It is a very large game.
Narukami, please.
And as I was told last stream, I am a slacker. But also, because I have all of these side quests and world quests that I have not touched. That's fair. Been thinking of making Monday my side quest day anyway. Do Friday lore day, Monday just background quests. Yeah, definitely. That's just my thought, but I'm not sure about it because I don't know how everyone feels.
Having a favorite animal or vegetable or fruit.
But starting to do that while I'm waiting for the banner switch over, because I know Risley's coming, and Risley's coming, guys. Did you know that Risley's coming?
People we want to become.
I hope you all know that Risley's coming, and I am super excited about it. Like super excited about it. Risley is the first character that I knew nothing about when I got here. Still know nothing about him. But when I got here, his images was being passed around. And Punk says, at this point I was so angry at the Fatui, I'm still mad, but at least I want to have a chat with the cryo lady before I punch her in the face. See, me right there. This, what is the Fatui doing? What is their aim of gathering all the Gnosis? Why?
Protection of the Electro Archon.
See that he stays
May
safe.
the blossoms of the sacred Sakura
Is it?
bloom.
Apparently Child has dialogue on why they're doing this. On his character. Oh, nope. I messed things up. I can't see my chat. Give me a second, guys. You and me both, Punk. You and me both. I would love to have a chat with the cryo lady, but then I'm going to burn her entire kingdom down. And if the game doesn't let me, I'm going to be mad.
Sometimes the shrouded path is not meant to be walked. Move forward
I'm
with blind
not
ambition,
happy
and the smoke might suffocate
with
you.
the Fatui at all. As much as I blame the Vision Hunt decree on A, it is also the Fatui. From the sounds of it, and I'm not quite positive about this, but from the sounds of it, it sounds like this was a Fatui idea that everyone took and ran with a couple of years ago. And I am not happy with the Fatui and their meddling
Of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms
at
of
all.
the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Their nonsense makes me mad. Yeah. Well, you can't tell me. I have to get Child and it has to be on a stream now. Oh, you read it on the wiki? Oh, that makes sense. Oh yeah, because you were going for Baiju for the Chronicle, not Child. My bad.
Talk to the Electro Archon.
Alright, and now we are... If everyone's good... Actually, if everyone's... Ah! If everyone's good, I'm gonna go to my pot real quick. I need to go to your Serenity pot, please.
We have put in much work.
American. I no longer have to be on the other one unless it's to fill in the stories like the first one for AI and other stuff like that. Sounds good.
If you ever have
So
any
this is the teapot. We got this from Madame Ping, technically before Inazuma. I really love the teapot. Eventually I will build actual stuff, not just the stuff. Just so you know, it's gonna put your ID on my screen. Did you miss me? Do I need to do it again? Okay. I just wanted to make sure you knew. Punk says, fun fact, did you know that Toma is originally from Mondstadt? I have been told. I still hold the headcanon. It's a headcanon, so don't rip me a new asshole, that his father, who's from Inazuma, is also part Oni, and he comes from that creepy island where you get the mushrooms for Toma. That creepy fog island. Is that him over there? It is him over there. Oh. Yep. I thought you could walk through that. You cannot. The waypoint, because it looks all ghostly and stuff. Oh. I can't. They don't re-up the radiant crystal shards. Punk says, could be possible. I don't know about the Oni thing, but he could be related to the Fog Island people. There were a few survivors that left that island. I just say the Oni thing because he has a headband that I'm not quite sure is a headband. Everyone tells me it's a headband, and up until the recent event, I was pretty sure it's not a headband. But he lets people think it's a headband. But in the most recent event with the bathhouse, it is more or less, it's not outright stated, but it's more or less suggested that it's a headband. What, baby? Where are you? Okay. I'm looking up. Okay, do it again. I was not at a good angle. Well, that's pretty. Alright. Come to my teapot and get your stuff. Bobby says, I think the Tanuki mistook his headband for horns. Yes. And it's suggested at where you're talking about that it's a headband. That he doesn't have horns and he has no idea what people are talking about. Which again, sad for my headcanon, but it's still my headcanon. My wife's headcanon is that he wears the horn headband to fit in. Alright, so we are at the chasm. I'm gonna try to find a place to kind of like sit. Quote unquote sit. But also I'm looking for all of the stuff. That's where it is, okay. Grab all this, and then we will talk about the chasm.
Be careful.
And we'll also backtrack a little bit because I forgot while we were recapping in Mondstadt about Dainsleif. Because in this game, for people who may watch this on YouTube and not know or whatever, in this game, there is how to say this. In this game, there's two stories going on. There's the traveler's personal story, where he's missing his sister. A strange god sealed his powers and took his sister. And then there are the Archon stories, which is what we have been talking about. Punk says, I feel like there's more to be said about Inazuma 2, but that's later story info, and it's about the past. Very Pulp Fiction. Fair enough. And we'll probably come back to Inazuma and talk more about this stuff as we do world quests and stuff. But, yeah. There is a lot to be done and to be said about all of these places. This is a recap. It's glancing through stuff a little bit. Bobby Vita says, for the more information on Inazuma, you need the world quest and to read things like materials, which is what we do every Friday. And world quests, like I said, if you guys think it's a good idea, might be one day.
Having
but
a favorite animal
I'm up
or
to
vegetable or fruit can
the idea
help
of
us
it being
recognize what kind
Wednesday
of people
too.
we want to
I
become.
don't know what a good day for that would be. But yeah, so the main story is you're missing your sister, and that's sad. And as we have gone through the different nations looking for our sister, the things that we have found is she had a travel buddy named Daislif. She is part of the Abyssal Order and is giving out orders. We got to the chasm, and we found out that we met Daislif down here and found out that the Abyss is trying
Sometimes
to
a shrouded path is
purge
not
a
meant to be
curse
walked. Move
from the
forward with
Conria
blind
people
ambition, and
who
smoke
are the
might
Hilly
suffocate
Trolls.
you.
And possibly some of the Abyss people. We saw that Daislif was our sister told us Daislif was the captain guard, kinda sorta, of Conria. And then this was confirmed in the chasm that he was the general. And Daislif is very, very, very sure that there's no way, 100% no way to reverse the curse or anything like that, which maybe he's right, but I feel like he's wrong. You know, as video game characters go, me and my twin are in two separate games. And I would assume she has the same crazy powers that I do. The only thing actually stopping her is probably going to be me. And at one point, Daislif is like, you need to trust me over your sister. And I'm like, Punk says, as the saying go, where there's a will, there's a way. That's what I feel too. I feel like it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot to say that my sister, the Abyssal twin, can't find a way to do the thing that she wants to do. And at one point, Daislif is like, you need to trust me or we're going to part ways here. And I'm like, I'm choosing to trust you. And I don't know if I would say that. The Traveler said that, but I don't know if that's something I would say. Because he's not wrong. When Daislif was all like, I see, you just met me, I'm a companion you just hired, and that is your twin sister. And it's like, yeah, like, they don't really elaborate on that.
Having a favorite
in the
animal
game.
or vegetable or fruit
Hi, baby.
can help us recognize what kind of people we want to become.
My wife says she trusts him as far as she can throw him at this point. So, we stopped our plan. There's a handsome broody knight who helps us. Turns out he was probably Daislif's second in command. And they definitely had a past. And then Dainsleif and this guy are all, well, this guy, Halfdan, is like, there's no need to bring back Conria because you're still here. And Dainsleif is like, yes, I'm still here, so there's no need for all of this. And I, as a person, not as a traveler, but I as a person, don't agree with him. I agree with the Abyssal Twin. These people are not in existence. The Hilly Trolls are living in existence with no dignity, no respect. They are constantly picked on. Their towers are constantly pulled down. They are literally considered XP fodder for us.
Move forward with blind ambition.
That's not a life.
Smoke might suffocate you.
If the choice is between trying, failing and dying, or just living how they're living, I would also try to do whatever I could to help these people. I side with the Abyssal Twin on this. And there doesn't seem to be any actual choice in this game, but if there ever was a choice, I would want there to be a choice between, at the very end, you could side with your sister and the Abyss, or you could side with Dainsleif and Teyvat. Now, of course, my opinion might change as I go through the story and learn more. I don't know if this is the last time we see our sister, which we don't technically even see our sister in the chasm. We have a flashback because of one of her flowers. So, yeah, I said that earlier, that we see, I'm saying that in the chasm, we haven't seen the Abyssal Twin. That in the chasm, we only have a flashback that is actually her flashback that we have because twin powers. Ooh, spooky. So, what are your guys' thoughts, feelings, anything I missed for the chasm? Ah, excuse me. Anything? I'm gonna wait for a minute just to see. I'm also gonna go get a lozenge for my throat. I don't like it in
Someone
Zuma.
told me the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos.
I don't know if anyone could tell. I played that pretty close to
Who
my
else
chest,
is
right?
there? I thought I was the only one.
Definitely not impartial.
Not at all impartial, even a little bit. Punk says it's also mentioned that point that said flower grew in Conria, and it was the only organic in that region, crystallizing when taken outside of the borders. Yes. And I think that's important because that's the flower my sister, the sister, wears in her hair, right? And if I remember correctly from the beginning of the game, we're not even from this world.
Move forward with blind ambition.
So the fact that my sister has, like, of course we don't know when. No, I am still very confused about when we all left versus when the traveler was sleeping for 500 years, and when it is suggested when we are on the Dainsleif quest that we, the traveler, have seen the fall of Conria. Like, not many of these things make sense to me. Because from the very beginning of the game, our sister is wearing that flower in her hair when you can pick between male and female.
Having a favorite animal, or vegetable or fruit, can help us recognize what kind of people we want to become.
That they didn't get it from Conria. Because the whole outfit that they're wearing is supposed to be from their homeland, right? And maybe I'm reading too much into this. It's very possible I'm reading too much into this. But it seems to me like that flower grows both in Conria and on their homeland. But that just might be thinking so much into it. Because it could also be she just grabbed the flower while they were running from the fall of Conria. And that's when we're trying to leave the planet and we got stopped by the Heavenly Principles? Question mark? And the Heavenly Principle... Huh? So... And then she captured my sister, and then I went to sleep for 500 years. Punk says this is a hotly debated topic. Gotcha. So no one knows for sure. It's not been confirmed the timeline of when these things happen. Gotcha. But I'm also glad to know that I'm not the only person reading really far into this. That makes me feel better. I will not lie.
Gather.
Because I truly sat here thinking that, like, I'm just reading too far into literally the choices of the outfits. But it was in Inazuma when we were offered different clothes and we were like, no thank you. Absolutely not. Though Paimon's the one well, Paimon talks for us for everything, so it's a burr. Punk says, I read so far into it, I ended up into another game? Wait, what? Explain. Is this one of the details that is, like, from, like, Honkai Star Rail or whatever? Because I know a bunch of the Mihoyo, the whole reason why we call it the Hoyo-verse is because everything's supposedly connected in some way. Yeah, it's about the Honkai verse. Gotcha. Well, I really hope that they release them on Xbox, because otherwise I will never get to play them because my phone will die. Unless I can ever get my gaming phone fixed. I had a gaming phone, I paid a lot of money for a gaming phone, and then it bricked itself, and I still haven't found anyone who can fix it. And I'm really mad at spending money. That much money for a phone to just brick. It made me really fucking pissed off. Alright, and that's, as long as we're done with the chasm, then we're at our final little part of this, which is to recap everything. Which is, we are looking for our sister, and the Archons are assholes who get us to do their bidding in exchange for posters. Our sister is definitely making this harder on us, because she could just leave with us, but she doesn't want to. And that's sad all on its own. Bobby says the different Hoyo games kind of exist together on what can be described as a tree, with Star Rail and Impact Third being closer together, for example. That makes sense. Again, would love to play the games, can't until I get an Xbox release or until I get my phone fixed. I don't know if there is streaming on phone or not, to be honest with you. But if I got my phone fixed, I would probably try to stream the other games too, to be honest with you. Is there anything we want to talk about as the game as a whole? Anything you guys want to talk about, get my feelings about? I don't necessarily know if I have questions for you guys because I don't want to accidentally spoil things either by accident.
Where are those who share the memory?
Archon signed NDAs. That's what it feels like. Ain't nobody helping. And like, I get the feeling that it's probably because none of them know what the Heavenly Principles are doing. Because they don't seem to know what each other are doing very often either. Since the fall of Conria, they just haven't been talking with each other, I guess. So, each god that I've met so far has had something happen at the 500-year-ago mark that lines up with Conria.
But where are those who share the
that
memory?
made them either change who they were, change how they did something, or just as a general statement lose contact with each other. And it always goes back to fucking Conria. Punk says, I'll just say it's no accident that Celestia and the Archons are trying to obfuscate the past. Yeah, I fucking bet. People in power should not be trusted. I don't know how else to explain that. I am a person who weirdly does believe that there are gods and goddesses that exist. I am a pagan. But I believe that that doesn't necessarily mean that you fucking trust them, or think that they're good, or think that they're on your side, or that they even have any concept of morality like we do. Like, they're on another plane of existence, so therefore, they're on another plane of everything. And some of them I can work with, and some of them I can't.
Someone
some
told
of
you
them
the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos?
I don't know.
Who else is there?
And I think that that plays out a lot in
one.
this, in Teyvat. A lot of my morals come out really highly in Teyvat, because the gods, the Archons, are walking among people, and very physically and visibly putting their finger on the scale of the world. They have actions that have consequences, unlike in our world where we have no idea whether or not gods even exist. So yeah, that's my thought about it. I wonder, can you see Celeste from here? Probably not. Probably not in the right spot. Oh well. It's a big ass tree over there though. Anything you guys want to add or say?
Having a favorite
Bobby,
animal,
you've kind
or
of been
vegetable or fruit,
semi-quiet.
can help us recognize what kind of people we want to become.
I was just poking people before I Where are you going? Oh yeah. I do have to close up stream here soon because I have to go do adult things. It should be a normal Saturday where I get off for a little while and then I get back on. When I get back on, I will probably start my... Come the evenings from today, I will be having a stream in the morning, which will stay Genshin Impact, and then I will have a stream at night, which will be some sort of story-based game that's kind of shorter, because Genshin Impact is really, really long. To kind of give variety, and also I have a couple of people who I have promised that I would do night streams because that's when they can actually come see me, and I would appreciate that. And we are going to start that with one of my favorite games of all time, Chainsaw Lollipop. So if you guys are interested in not just Genshin, but maybe some Chainsaw Lollipop, I'll get a stream.
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos?
Schedule
Who else
up
is
soon.
there? I thought
I have
was
one
the
for
only
this
one.
stream, but yeah, it should be a normal Saturday stream, but I am going to introduce Chainsaw Lollipop Thank you guys always for your support. I really appreciate you showing up for my streams. I hope you know that. It's awesome to see my follower number go up. It's awesome to see people showing up for my streams and staying for, you know, we've been here for 3 hours and 47 minutes. That's a long time, you know? And you guys were here. I had Jess here from the moment I started my stream, which, goodness. And then everyone else just kind of trickled in, and I'm super happy about that. Thank you guys so much for your support. Is there anything else before I close stream, guys? As a general statement about my channel, things you might want to see, not see. Me as a person, I guess. Anything, really. This is the time. Oops. I dropped my controller. I know I'm still small, but I really hope that I can build, and some of that comes with your guys's, you know, suggestions if you have any. Punk says, Immersville was an inside job, foil hat theory. Okay. I only know the name from Sumeru that we just got to.
Having a favorite animal, or vegetable or fruit,
so
can help us recognize what kind of people
I don't want to ask, because I don't want spoilers. But also, Qua? Anything else, guys? The King of Kongria was also King of Imishil. That comes with a winky face, so I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic or not. Or if you're just flat out giving me a spoiler. Giving me a spoiler, bad on you. Oh, but as a Norse pagan, I do love the domains have like Yggdrasil trees in them. That makes me happy. And when we came here, we kind of got an idea that there is an all-knowing tree kind of like on the spirit of the world of Teyvat, if that makes sense. Punk says they share a name. Beyond that, there's no official connection. Gotcha. Anything else about my stream, maybe? Question marks? Hopefully not sounding narcissistic. But also, you know, I want to hear feedback from everyone. And this is a good time for it. I have been streaming for about a month, 2 months. And I'm still trying to find my rhythm, but if you guys have any tips, suggestions, things that you like, please let me know. Things you don't like, especially. Suggestions on games you want to see played. Like, eventually I will catch up with where Genshin is. You know what I mean? I will eventually get through all of the content. So knowing what you guys want to see, or even just having a stream where I'm doing my dailies and we can all just talk or something, you know? Just let me know. Begging face emoji. I know Bobby Vita likes lore days. But that's about all of the feedback I have, and even that's not necessarily something Bobby said, but more something I'm feeling I'm getting from how happy they always seem to be when they get into my stream on Fridays. But I could be misreading. Trying to be patient in case people are typing. But also I have 8 minutes before I have to shut down stream and get dressed. I don't want to get dressed. Boo, adulting.
Sometimes a shrouded path is not meant to be walked. Move forward with blind ambition, and the smoke might suffocate you. Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos? Huh. Who else is there? I thought I was the only one.
Okay, I have one question for you guys if you're still here. What do you guys think about maybe doing a stream or two of just walking around different game worlds like Tevat, Red Dead Redemption, maybe with or without commentary? Is that interesting to anybody?
Having a favorite animal, or vegetable or fruit, can help us recognize what kind of people we want to become.
Any of this? Sound good? Bad? Blop?
Sometimes a shrouded path is not meant to be walked. Move forward with blind ambition, and the smoke might suffocate you.
I have 4 minutes and then I can shut down my stream. I want 4 minutes because I want it to be 4 hours. We are so close to 4 hours.
Someone told you the Masters of the Night Wind is a tribe of weirdos? Hmm. Who else is there? I thought I was the only one.
We're close to ending stream. If you are typing something, just click enter and have what you have so far. Or just tell me no. It'll be fine. There's just crickets out here, my guy. Apparently we need to watch this anime. This anime. It has Sayu and one of his friends. And it's a yaoi. Here. Watch this real quick. Pull down, I think? Yeah. Two minutes. One more minute and then we're gonna go.
Having a favorite animal, or vegetable or fruit, can help us recognize what kind.
Hey, Sue, small boy. Alright, guys. It was good talking to you, my wisps. I'm sad I got no feedback on my channel, but that's okay. I'm sure you guys will tell me stuff when it comes up. Have a good day. I will see you later tonight for a Chainsaw Lollipop.